This is my cousin Robert McRae, also known as Whistle Stop McRae. He has been, at 3 years old, he knew that he was going to be on the trains. He was in love with trains, and when he graduated from high school, Nashua High, he went right up to Bellows Falls and worked on the steamer up there in Bellows Falls. And from Bellows Falls, from the steamer, he is now the conductor on the Excella from Boston to New York. So what a tremendous life story of my cousin, my first cousin, also my favorite cousin. I'm sorry, Dougie, but you're tied. You're tied. Charles St. Clair, who's a state representative for the Laconia area, I had Rob playing over at his shop down in downtown Laconia, where he's got the train set up on stairs, and he was up on the balcony, and my cousin was singing some of the songs of New Hampshire that he knows, that he's played over the years, and Charles thought that it might be a great idea to open up the state legislative session with my cousin singing some New Hampshire songs to at least what a nice way to start the day. So we're awfully grateful that we're here. We're here for the present, and you know, we'll get through whatever we get through because we are America, and New Hampshire, I think, is the best place on earth. So I'd love my cousin Rob Whistle Stop McRae to sing a few songs about New Hampshire.
And this I dedicate to the memory of the deceased Shaw brother, Ron Shaw, and surviving Shaw brother, it's for you. I had the pleasure of seeing both of you a couple of decades ago at a live performance in Nashua, and I still remember this song. There's a place I know where the purple lilacs grow and the sparkling rivers rush down to the sea, where the snow-capped mountains rise high into the clear blue skies, and the seasons come and go so naturally. Oh, New Hampshire, the granite state is where I long to be. Oh, New Hampshire, I love New Hampshire naturally. Oh, I love her in the spring when the birds begin to sing, in the winter and the good old summertime. But I guess it's in the fall that I love her most of all. New Hampshire's always somewhere in my mind. Oh, New Hampshire, the granite state is where I long to be. Oh, New Hampshire, I love New Hampshire naturally. When I sail upon the breeze, hike among the towering trees, paddle down a stream or cast a fly, see the first rays of the sun shining on Mount Washington, I know how it feels to be New Hampshire high. Oh, New Hampshire, the granite state is where I long to be. Oh, New Hampshire, I love New Hampshire naturally. I love New Hampshire naturally.
That was beautiful, Bob. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Now, you did another song that names a lot of the cities in the state of New Hampshire and towns.
Yes.
Who inspired you on this song?
Actually, there were two artists. One was a local New Hampshire native, Clyde Joy, who had his own radio program, and he loved every inch of the state of New Hampshire. And our friendly Canadian neighbor to the north, Mr. Tom Connors, or Stompin' Tom as he was known. And one of his trademarks was a black cowboy hat.
So I wonder who's got one.
Yeah, I'm kind of representing Tom in this one. And
excellent.
Clyde, Tom, wherever you are, this is for you.
You're with us.
Actually, Tom, it's your song, but I named different places in New Hampshire. You sang about your Canadian stomping grounds, and I'm going to sing about mine and Clyde's
Nice.
New Hampshire stomping grounds.
Love it.
From the sea coast in the east to Connecticut River in the west, I've been asked at least 1,000 times what places I like best. Well, I have to base my answers on the friendly people I found. And if you're inclined to take the time, you'll find that this is my stomping ground. Just take a little piece of the Isles of Shoals, Portsmouth by the sea, Manchester, Rochester, Dover, Somersworth and Ossipee, the mountain and the lake, both known as Sunapee, and you have found the stomping ground of all my friends and me. Mount Chocorua, Cranmore Canyon, and Mount Washington stand tall, the presidential ranges most majestic of them all. Franconia, Notch, Laconia, and Lake Winnipesaukee. New Hampshire is the stomping ground of all my friends and me. Any old place in the Granite State is home sweet home to me. Hillsboro, Mount Monadnock, Peterborough, and Jaffrey, Contoocook, Pennacook, Suncook, Derry, Salem, and Old Sandown, Hampstead, Farnstead, Lebanon, Berlin, and Stewartstown. The widest main street of our state we have in downtown Keene, with Cheshire County forest and farms with fields of green. We have Claremont, Concord, Exeter, and the beautiful Great Bay, and Old Gate City, Nashua, also known as Nashua Way. Well, that's my New Hampshire story, to which I'm sure you can relate. It's my way of saying thank you to the people of the Granite State. And it doesn't matter really where you're from, you can spread the word around. Wherever you find a heart that's kind, you'll know you're in my stomping grounds. Any old place in the Granite State is home sweet home to me. New Hampshire is the stomping ground of my family and of all my friends and me. I love New Hampshire naturally.
Oh, Bob, you nailed it. That was great.
Thank
Great.
you. Thank you.
Now, there's one more song. I think it's one of my favorites. And I think that, what inspired you on this last one?
Well, similar. It was a Tom Connors song about the province of Manitoba.
Nice.
And it mentions a little about the beauty of New Hampshire as he admired the beauty of Manitoba. Of course, he had a song for every Canadian province, and Clyde had a number of songs about New Hampshire. So once again, to the memory of Stompin' Tom Connors, well, yeah, his predecessor, Wilf Carter, can't forget him either, and Clyde Joy.
Excellent. Excellent, Bob.
When you mention New Hampshire, I'll be mindful of the forest, the meadows and fields of emerald green. From that old Connecticut River to the mountains, lakes, and seacoast, and the Massachusetts border south of Keene. New Hampshire, you're my sunshine, my twilight and repose. New Hampshire, you're my heaven, because it's heaven where the mountain laurel grows. When you mention New Hampshire, I'll be mindful of the valley where the beautiful Saco River flows. It's a stream of shining water where the beaver and the otter play together, where the mountain laurel grows. New Hampshire, you're my sunshine, my twilight and repose. New Hampshire, you're my heaven, because it's heaven where the mountain laurel grows. When you mention New Hampshire, I'll be mindful of her beauty in the evening when the sunset fades away, and the moon of golden glimmer on the meadow seems to shimmer as the night bird sings the closing of the day. New Hampshire, you're my sunshine, my twilight and repose. New Hampshire, you're my heaven, because it's heaven where the mountain laurel grows.
Sweet, sweet, Rob. Very
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you. I love New Hampshire.
I do too. What do you think, Bob?
I think we're out.
I think it's great. Huh?
Yeah.
I think you
It was
drilled that
Really
one.
great.
Thank you.
I think you drilled it.
We'll call one take Bob.
Yes, I know,
Yeah,
I know.
seriously.
All
It's
right.
12:44, we're right on time.
All right.
Wow, Bob, we did it.
We did it.
Wow, thank you, Rob. That was gonna be